What is going on, everyone? We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
Together we are
HellaDepraved.
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, this is another YouTube suggestion.
Oh.
Yeah, and I like the name of the song.
Oh, so you've never even heard?
Nope.
What are you doing?
Something new.
Obviously.
Yeah. I wanted something new.
All right. So we have no clue what we're getting into at all.
The dramatic version.
Whatever it is, it's dramatic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a dramatic move for a dramatic version of a song. All right.
Correct.
So
Called Villain.
This is going to be a first time for both of us. I've never heard of Halflives.
Me neither. You know, occasionally.
Well, I hope you guys like this reaction. No.
Now, from the comment section, because I just scrolled through just to make sure, you know, it sounded somewhat up our alley. The original was released multiple years ago.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, we really like it when Ronnie Radke does his, you know, reimagined dramatic versions, stuff like that, and I'll give it a try. I'm here for it.
We've also heard the originals that those are based off of, though.
Yes and no. I had heard all the originals years ago. I believe.
I heard the originals before I reacted to the.
Yeah, because
redos.
It was pointed out. So I don't know. You know, I'm here for it.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see. We're gonna react to this if you guys have already seen it, because we haven't. And
right.
If you have not, click the link in the description below, hop on over, go do all the things, and then come back. And we say that because we're a commentary, reaction, breakdown comedy channel. And what that means is we will pause for any and or all of the above.
Right. Like his shock over the fact that I have no idea who they are. It's cool.
All right. It's time to slash it and break it down, guys. This is Halflives with Villain, the dramatic version.
Yes. I'm kind of excited.
Let's get it.
He's being dramatic.
You and I could roll inside a place of gold, reliving all our deja vus. I just can't look back inside your heart right now, 'cause you watch me drown in a sea of knives and pretend it'd be alright. I just can't look back inside my heart right now. Oh, I can't look.
Gorgeous voice.
Now, it depends on why you're in a sea of knives. If you put yourself there,
Right.
I would just watch.
Right.
Because
You did it to yourself.
I'm not going to save somebody who is self-destructive.
Right.
Now, if you slipped, fell off of a pier into a sea of knives, hypothetically.
Right. Just happenstance. Yeah, no, look, it's not your fault. It was an accident. But can you save someone who's self-destructive? I think that's like the question that people keep asking, because you can temporarily.
Will never try and save somebody who refuses to try and help save themselves.
Right.
Because I have tried and have failed 100% of the time.
And it ends up damaging
And it
you.
hurts me
Right.
probably almost as much as them, though they not know it.
And again, it's normally a temporary fix. So
Right.
her voice is gorgeous. And I love the piano. And I can see the shadow of books behind her. I feel like I need a little bit more light because I want to
Peruse.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, there's a little bit.
Those aren't books. It's a gate.
Okay. Are you sure it's not a gate over books?
I mean, it could be.
All right.
I would suspect probably not, though.
All right.
Back inside my heart right now. Oh, I can't look back at you after what you put me through, but I did the same to you.
normal goddamn relationship ever.
Right. Now, this does seem like it's from the perspective of after. Because she's saying, like, she can't look back at it because, you know, when she does, it causes her more pain. So,
I just...
I feel like a lot of relationships are toxic now.
I feel like that's all people get in. I swear every relationship song we've, like, listened to, that people have, like... And now YouTube obviously suggested this to you, but...
Right.
That people have been like, hey, you should check this out. And it's like, I love that you put me through hell type shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you
Yeah,
people?
I want to also say that because so much of artistry is based on the negative emotions, on pain, you know, being the easier outlet to write to than happiness.
But there's a difference between saying, I loved you, but wish you didn't cause me pain.
Right.
As opposed to saying, I love that you caused me pain.
Okay.
Or, in this...
I don't feel like she's clarified that, like, said that.
But
that,
in this
that's a
situation,
different artist
it's a
yeah.
different kind of toxicity where she's like, we were doing it to each other.
I think...
Like, why? Why do
okay,
people
so the
just...
way that I actually took what she was saying is actually from the perspective of looking back at this relationship. She has matured enough that when she came out of the relationship may have said that it was all, you know, placed all the blame on the other person, so on and so forth. But now, with a little bit of time and perspective, realizes that maybe she was the villain too. Like, that is how I took that chorus to be. Not, I was intentionally fucking you over or whatnot, but like, because she's saying maybe I was a villain too. You know, like maybe it was a mutual destruction, which is what she just said, what she just went into. Because I think that we all have to realize that, like, even in abusive relationships, where one side is definitely the worst perpetrator, there's still reactions coming from the other party that aren't good for either person. Now, I'm not saying that puts them in the wrong or anything like that, but I think that that's part of gaining perspective on your past relationships and being like, okay, first of all, I need to pay attention to red flags and not get in with another person like that. But second of all, it did neither of us any good for me to react this way. It did me more harm, you know.
Basically, men, don't stick your dick in crazy. Ladies, don't open your legs for nuts.
I mean, like, if that's how you gotta remember it, that's an easy way to remember it.
It's a fun play on words. I could not resist.
Yeah, but her voice is, I mean, it's sort of a heartbreaking concept, though, and it does come with pain and learning and being able to look on the past, as, no matter how painful it is, with a bit of objectivity and being like, yeah, I my reactions were probably a little bit toxic as well, you know. I think it's really hard to be in a relationship where one side is toxic and not produce some of your own.
Right.
We all have it in us.
You and I are mutually a sure distraction, but I'm not afraid at all. I just can't look back inside your heart right now. Just tell me that we're both so crazy for wanting all of this. So sorry, baby. I can't look back inside my heart right now. Oh. I just can't look back at you. You're the thorn on a rose, and you watch me bleed, and your voice is a void that echoes too deep, but I can't look back. I just can't look back at you. I'm the villain too. Maybe I'm the villain too. I can't look back at you after what you put me through, but I did the same to you. Oh, I did the same to you. Maybe I'm the villain too.
I'd be interested in hearing the original. I want to hear how it differs.
Me too.
That was beautiful. And
The composition alone
yeah,
was absolutely fantastic.
yeah.
Her voice is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the song, and I do agree with the song. It is a weird feeling.
I think
Because-
that it's supposed to make you feel kind of like
But here's why it's a weird feeling. It has never been hard for me to tear myself away from that situation. And it is the same reason I have such a hard time understanding why men or women, either or, get into an abusive situation and stick around.
right.
Because again, anytime I've ever felt I've needed to cut somebody out of my life,
Right.
no matter how much pain it actually causes me, it has been extremely easy for
Right.
me. And it's not that I don't care, it's that I refuse to let myself settle for less in
Right.
life than I deserve.
Yeah, but I think that one's feelings on what they deserve in life. Because here's the thing. I think it's a colloquialism that needs to die. That is, get yourself into an abusive relationship. And I understand what you're saying. 100%. I get what you're trying to say. Problem is, that's not normally how it happens.
Oh, I know.
Normally abusers tend to be manipulators, which tend to be extremely good liars. So it's good for a long time. Long enough. And by the time it's not good, there's very few sort of ways to get out quickly and
Safely.
And once, depending on how abusive and how long the situation has gone on, the abused person is never in more danger than right after they leave. That's normally when, things go sideways and people die. Now, here's the thing.
Yes. Hold on. Yes. I can understand that, but I have also seen so many true crime things where they get themselves out and then think it's a good idea to get themselves back in
Right.
within a 2 to 3 month period.
Yeah. Well, it's because
And then all of a sudden we have this episode of true crime that we're watching because the
Right.
husband had killed.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. So if you've convinced yourself or had the other person convince you that they're the love of your life, right? Things get scary. You get out. And then that master con man manipulator is back at the forefront instead of the person that was scaring the crap out of you. Some people go back because they have kids together, or it's wrecked their life to the degree that they are in a shelter picking themselves up off the ground, and they honestly think that things couldn't get worse and things might get better. It's optimism is what kills them. Yeah, don't do it. We watch the ID channel or something. But what I'm saying is it's the optimism that kills us all. You know, so
That sounds so bleak.
that's going to be my slogan in life. The next person that comes at me with this live, laugh, love shit, I'm going to be like, and it's the optimism that kills us all. Because, you know, inevitably everybody dies. So we're not all going to live, laugh, love forever. Anyway.
Oh, no.
Anyway.
Fans of Halflives are going to be like, who are you fucking?
We have dark humor. But I have been in an abusive relationship. And I won't say that it's... it was not... I got myself into an abusive relationship. The guy seemed legit at first. Okay? I was also young. I did ignore some red flags that did not pop up right away, but did pop up within the first 6 months, let's say. But by the time things were bad, I had been slowly, it's kind of like the whole putting a frog in a pot of boiling water, slowly taken away from my friends, slowly disconnected from any sort of life that I had outside of them, you know, wrapped up with all the bills in both our lives, you know, and it just, anytime I did get extra cash, it was, oh, we really need to get this. Like, it was something that I wanted to please that person and didn't even think about using it as, or them using it as a way of control or manipulation, because I wasn't doing that, so it didn't occur to me. And I think a lot of us do have that sort of romanticized view of like what we want in our love lives, especially when we're young, and end up. But I feel like you don't even have to necessarily look at this as a horribly toxic relationship. I mean, like, you could view this as just the breakup part of it. You know, like, they weren't good for each other in terms of a long-lasting relationship, but...
She used the term swimming in a sea of knives, baby. I don't think it was...
Some breakups are not, like, our kind of breakups, which are, like, one argument and we're out. I'm talking about, like, the ones that you hear about that are traumatic blow-ups. I don't know, I'm just... This is definitely, to me, from the perspective of looking back on somebody that, while she's out of it and she's gained maturity and understanding that they weren't the sole one to blame, that she had a hand in their destruction too, and that, you know, we were always coming to destruction kind of concept. Like, I can see that we were never meant to last.
That's the part of the song I do like the wherewithal to look back and know.
Yeah, take some self-responsibility. Even
if she still thinks about him, and I'm not even saying she wrote this song, just in this general term.
Pretty sure they did.
But probably. You never know who writes songs.
Or if it's about somebody in her life versus,
But to have the wherewithal to look back and realize that, like, no matter, even if you still have feelings for this person, like, you just know it's not a smart idea.
Right. I think it's a terribly tragic story because, again, she's like, I may have gained this perspective, but it does me more harm than good to even dwell on the thought of you. Like, I can't even look at my heart where you reside because, you know, she's like, I can't look into my heart right now. Can't do it right now because there's still, like, not necessarily residual love, like I want to get back with you, but like deep pain over this whole thing. You know? It's not doing me... It hurts.
And then he calls you playing like Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow's Picture.
Oh God, that one. Look, you like that song, and that song is fucking tragic and toxic.
The Kiss of an Angel.
And fucking toxic. They're fucking somebody else while looking at a picture of you. Come on, girls, boys, you can do better. Ghouls, I don't care. Anybody, you can do better than that.
Again,
They're sneaking off to the bathroom after finishing a booty call to call...
The main reason I enjoy that song is I actually thought Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow sounded great together, okay?
Okay, I'll give you that. And I sing along every time it comes on, but I don't in any way condone the behavior. I loved this. I'm not gonna say that I, even having been in abusive relationships and so on and so forth, it's not entirely relevant to me, again, because by the time I'm gone, and the the problems that come along with leaving are painful, but I can't say that I've looked back and missed or suffered more because of that person, if that makes sense. Like, there's so much other things that I have to deal with, like finding a place to live, for example. And I obviously need to recover from the relationship, but I'm not, I don't know, still pining in love, any of that stuff. Honestly, normally because I don't break it off until my brain has already gone through all of those thoughts. Just because that's the type of person I am.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Which in and of itself is toxic, y'all.
So
yeah.
So this song gets, for me, 2 kind of thumbs up. Makes a house. Makes a house.
Which means we'll be checking them out again.
Probably.
I loved it. Again, I can understand what you're saying in terms of...
It's a very confusing song.
It's a goddamn gorgeous song, though. I will listen to this again and play it on speakers.
We'll
for you to
probably
listen.
take a break after this to listen to the original.
Right.
To see how they originally sounded.
We still really like the song. And her voice is really, really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice. So, yeah. And her piano playing. Gotta point that out. That's some skill. And to do it while you're singing. Yeah.
Right.
So
if you like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, but ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of Half-Lives with Villain? Also comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
We love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you depraved people later.